Zone Controllers Overview. Let's take a look at the zone controllers which are available for controlling the ZonePro devices. The ZC1 is a Decora-style rotary volume controller. This is typically used for input or output gain control. This is the ZC2 volume controller. The ZC2 is also a Decora-style rotary volume controller, but it has an added mute button. It's typically used for output gain control. This is the ZC3. The ZC3 is a Decora-style 4-position rotary controller. The ZC3 is used for source selection, scene selection, or page steering control. This is the ZC4. The ZC4 can control everything that the ZC3 can control, which includes source selection, scene selection, or page steering. The difference is that the ZC4 uses contact closure instead of a 4-position rotary control. Therefore, the ZC4 can be used with single-pole double-throw type switches for custom or automated applications. This is the ZC6. The ZC6 is a Decora-style push-button volume up-down controller. It's typically used for input or output gain control. The ZC6 comes in handy when you want to load a scene with its pre-configured or saved volume parameters. In other words, when using a rotary-style volume controller, such as the ZC1 or ZC2, when loading a scene, the scene's volume parameters will automatically update to the setting of the rotary volume controller. Whereas with the ZC6, the scene would load with its saved volume parameters. This comes in handy when you want to load scenes which are pre-configured for a particular level. This is the ZC7. The ZC7 is a Decora-style controller. It is used for page steering control. When programming a ZC7, there are 5 states, which include no buttons pressed, the A button pressed, the B button pressed, the C button pressed, or the D button pressed. These 5 states can be programmed to page a particular zone or a combination of zones. Please note, the ZC7 only supports one of these states at any given time. Therefore, unfortunately, you cannot hold multiple buttons down to page different combinations of zones. This is the ZC8. The ZC8 is a combination zone controller. It has a 4-position rotary control for selecting a source and 2 push buttons for volume up and down. The ZC8 is used for selecting a source to feed a zone or a group of zones, and then adjusting that zone's or that group of zones' volume. This is the ZC9. The ZC9 is an 8-position rotary controller. It's typically used for source selection. This is the ZC Bob. The ZC Bob is used for parallel or home run connections to the ZonePro device. One ZC Bob supports up to 6 zone controllers. Up to 2 ZC Bobs can be used per ZonePro device. This is the ZC Fire. The ZC Fire is used to integrate the ZonePro audio system with the Fire system. Using 5 to 24 volts DC or contact closure from the fire alarm system, the ZC Fire can be used to either mute the outputs of the ZonePro or load a different scene which would be pre-configured for an emergency situation.